This is the season. It's the season of goodwill. The season to be jolly. The season of spending all your money. This is the season. The season of goodwill. The season to be jolly. The season of spending all your money. It's too cold to go outside. It's too cold to go outside. 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 It's Christmas. There's nothing you can do about it. It's coming and it's gonna happen anyway. It's Christmas. There's nothing you can do about it. It's coming and it's gonna happen anyway. But it's too cold to go outside. It's too cold to go outside. It's too cold to go outside. 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 This is the season. It's the season of goodwill. The season to be jolly. The season of spending all your money. This is the season. The season of goodwill. The season to be jolly. The season of spending all your money. It's too cold to go outside. It's too cold to go outside. 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 It's Christmas. There's nothing you can do about it. It's coming and it's gonna happen anyway. It's Christmas. There's nothing you can do about it. It's coming and it's gonna happen anyway. But it's too cold to go outside. It's too cold to go outside. It's too cold to go outside. 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 Too cold to go outside.
I'm sick of wasting time. I'll take a step back from all of this and try to find my way out of this shit. It's a labyrinth and I keep stumbling. I'm lost and broken, but I'm getting up again. They try to put me in a cage, but I won't get in. I look into the mirror and I see my better twin. I see my past life and I see my better twin. I can't let go. My hands are tied. I lose my way, but I know I'll find my way to the puzzle of truth. I'll find my way to the puzzle of truth.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome in. We're almost to Christmas. Lord help us. I hope that you guys liked the new uh, channel name. I've seen some positive feedback, so that's great. You could thank Mr. E for this because he was the one that agreed that it was a good name to change from True Crime with Eve to the Eve Effect. And I was really hesitant, like really hesitant about it for some reason, but I like it. It's growing on me. Now, of course, it's not official just yet, but it will be starting tomorrow, mañana. So it's a bittersweet feeling. Like, part of me is like, oh, it's great. But also, I've been True Crime with Eve for so long that it's kind of like, that's how I've been addressed or known as Eve. But the Eve effect, I like it. I think it's a good change. I don't, I think true crime in itself is, um, obviously sensationalized and it's traumatized victims or re traumatized victims. And that is really not what I want to be associated with, right? But I do want to have an effect on how people see this on this platform and other platforms because I'm trying to prevent that, or maybe not prevent it, but to make people think in a different way, and that's the effect that I want. Um, and of course, there are always blowbacks to that, but all in all, I think it was a good choice, right? So let me say hi to everybody. Thank you for being here, guys. Yes, you're always first. Maybe not in chat, but in my life, along with the kiddos. Good to see you, love. Hey, Sugar Shadow. Good to see you. Woohoo, says Silence in the Evidence. Chris says, love the new name. Good. So I was worried about it. I was worried about it. Yeah, please hit that like for your girl. Why not? You can love to hate me, but go ahead and like the video. So, oh, you like the song? Okay. So the song that I created, it's an AI song. Um, I wanted to have like a funny Christmas song because I don't know. I just did. And it was like kind of a slight towards Christmas, even though I love Christmas. It's one of my favorite holidays. Um, but I wanted that ska feel, that rebel feel, because I'm a rebel. And so I'm glad you liked it. I love it. I've been singing it all day and listening to it all day. I made Mr. Eve listen to it. So, all right. So this live is just kind of basically telling all of my peeps, the fellow watchers and viewers and members, thank you for being with me. If you're new or old, doesn't matter. Just so glad. Hi, Sunflower. Just so glad that you guys are here with me and stuck it out with me since 2021. I started this channel in August of 2021, going live and such. So much love to you and happy holidays. And yeah, I'm just happy to be here. So we're just gonna kind of have a relaxed chit chat tonight. Nothing crazy, nothing true crime, really. Just having a laugh or two. There there is a creator. Um I think his name is Funny Dubs, and he has made me giggle for the last week with his with his videos. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's not safe for work, the language he uses. Um but it's hilarious, and so if you're if you're listening and you don't like cuss words, you know, this isn't for you. Okay, but it's hilarious, this guy. So I'm gonna play some of his stuff and go ahead and like his content. You can follow him on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, the works. But it kind of gives me the vibe um, of how I want to be going forward because none of this, no more Miss Nice Girl stuff. Like I'm good where I'm at. I've always been good where I'm at, but I'm really stuck in my ways, if you will, and even more ornery than ever. So if you thought that in the new year I would be a different Eve, I'm the same Eve with a little bit more bite, spice. The older you get, that's just how it is. I think that's just the way of it. So, so I'm gonna start playing those videos really quickly. Give me just a second, and I'll pull it up. Again, if you're not a fan of, cuss words, this would not be for you. Let me know if you hear that. Hold on. I be having tech issues. Hold on. Oh, it's muted. Okay. Let's try this again. Right.
I was today years old when I finally realized that everything I needed from you was right here in my hand. Looks a bit vacant, don't it? That's because I don't need shit from your ass. Bitch!
I don't need shit. That is the vibe I'm feeling lately. Anybody else? I'm so sassy, I need an extra bottle of Gaviscon. You know what I mean? Spicy in here. All right, here's another one that I really like. Cracks me up. All right. I should have downloaded these. I totally forgot. Totally forgot to download these, but.
Bitch, if I said some shit and you looking for apologies, scram, now you bother me. I meant that shit.
I meant that shit.
Ooh, nah, bitch, if I said some shit. Now you calling me an idiot, but you are still not getting it. Yeah. I meant that shit. Every word that I said, bitch. Bitch, if I said some shit.
If I said some shit, I meant it. That's how I roll now. Okay, guys? I meant it. I try to be I try to be respectful, really, honestly. But at the end of the day, scram. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't know me and this channel by now, you don't need to be here. If you're offended easily. Hey, everybody. The truth will set you free. 5 on it, sister. Good to see you. You feel me too, Chris? Okay, good. I'm so glad. I'm not the only one. Okay, let's keep going because this guy, he just makes my mood so much better.
If you keep talking that shit, someone gonna bust your lip. It might not be me, but eventually someone gonna fuck you up. Someone gonna beat your ass. Someone gonna fuck you up.
It might not be me, but eventually somebody gonna do it. And especially these people out here harassing, suspect families. It's really not a good look. I wouldn't set myself up that way. Nope. Let me see did I do this one already? No, this is this one is my favorite one. This is directly to my haters. Okay, directly. You know who you are. You know who you is.
Do what the hell you do. Any damn body could do what the hell you do. It's easy. But nobody, I said nobody, could be who the fuck you are. Remember that shit.
Anybody can get on this platform and talk they shit. But at the end of the day, you ain't me. Nobody can be you. Right? Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. Next. Just having such a good time with this guy's content.
Stop bullshitting all the damn time, man. It's exhausting as fuck. To some people, I mean, not to me, of course, because I don't motherfucking believe your ass riding around on your high horse like you're the epitome of important people. Meanwhile, that's highly diminished by the profuse amount of bullshit falling out of your motherfucking mouth like boo-boo from a boo-dee hole. Fuck on with that, man.
Oh no, he did it. Oh, that's disgusting. Okay, I didn't watch that one in particularly, but I thought I would like it. That ending though, that was rich. That was rich. Because I'm mature. Oh my God. There's just a few more left. I hope it's making you as happy as it's making me. Oh, that was good. This one.
Groceries through the damn roof.
Let me start it over.
The price of groceries through the damn roof. A gallon of gasoline, forget about that shit. But there's one thing that hasn't changed in cost over the years, and that's the price of shutting the fuck up. You can afford that, can't you? Big mouth.
Oh, I wish that I could sound this baller and like put that across, you know, as well as he does. I gotta listen to that again. One more time.
The price of groceries through the damn roof. A gallon of gasoline, forget about that shit. But there's one thing that hasn't changed in cost over the years, and that's the price of shutting the fuck up. You can afford that, can't you? Big mouth.
Just shut the fuck up sometimes. It's nice. I did it for a while, and I'm sure it benefited many. But there's always repercussions for that. Oh man, that guy's just great. So again, his name is Dr. Fubs with 2 B's. Let me see if I can pull up his Instagram. And he's like a really good musician. And he's been doing this for a while. And he started this, he's got a Dr. Fubs YouTube account. So just like check him out, like his stuff, because he's got a lot more. And that was the most milder stuff. And I like his swagger too. It's just awesome. Yeah, go check him out. Hit the like. Oh man, that made me happy. I'm glad that you guys are laughing with me. So starting tomorrow again, it'll be the Eve effect, like I said, and it won't be just true crime. Obviously, the Eve effect is also going to be about many other things. But mostly, of course, crime related stuff, but it's again going to be kind of, I don't know, how people think, how people out there do the things that they do, kind of a review channel mix in with, you know, true crime, but not true crime, you know what I mean? And actually learning stuff about how social media can spin things a certain way, especially creators. And it gives this placebo effect where everyone attaches that idea to their own and then runs amok, you know? It's that mania. There's an actual diagnosis for a mania. It was on Dr. House, but it really is a thing where everyone thinks that they're sick and so they become sick, kind of like the placebo effect of the mind. I think that that's what goes on, and it's so easy to get yourself caught up in it. Like, again, with the Stacey Wandra, with Michael Vaughn's case, which I've covered extensively, right? There, going back and looking at all of the stuff that I have and seeing what was said and how people came to the ideas that just because somebody stopped, for instance, Stacey Wandra stopping at the splash pad down the street from where Michael lived to check the doors. Like, come on. You think that he was ready to see if there would be no escape plan? Is that what you think? Guys, really? or who's banging who over at Red Wing Street. You know what I mean? Like there is some psychological shit that can explain a lot of it. Thank you. It costs 0 to shut the fuck up. That's right. Hey, Lenny, good to see you. She says, "Hey, sweetie, happy holidays to Mr. and Mrs. Eve. Happy holidays to you. Love the Eve effect. Bring it. Oh, we're bringing it. We're bringing it, especially in the year 2026. You must have so many ideas and plans running through your head. Can't wait for new continued content. You have no idea. It's been bottled up for a long time, and now that we're, you know, the beginning of the end with a trial potentially for Michael Vaughn's case with Stacey Wander being charged, I feel like a lot of, I don't know, weight has been lifted just because the truth is about to really come out. I think that everything that you've been told this whole time outside of this channel that a lot of people still feel could be a possibility, it gives you doubts. I don't think that doubt's going to be there in the near future. Right? So just hang tight. The wheels of justice are slow, but patience is key. Absolutely. And there's people out there that are not patient and want to get to the stuff first when they should be shutting the fuck up because it costs 0. Right? Right. Same with the psyops of the mind, Lenny. You got it. Exactly. Ruby Rose says, "I can't get past dogs not immediately leading to the Wanderers on day 1. Bingo. Bing bong. On day 1 if this scenario happened since Sarah carried him inside, among other things." Right. I mean, I want to make it clear that Sarah Wanderer has told me specifically via the jail messaging system she is innocent. She is innocent. She had nothing to do with anything that has been alleged, and she stays firm on that. And that anything that has been said about her is absolute hogwash, in her words, is wrong and is not right. So, yes, Michael and just truth just deserves justice. Michael just deserves justice. Amen. Amen. And so, if anybody isn't aware or forgot, the defense for Stacey Wander is going to definitely be looking into, I'm sure, 7,000 plus pages of discovery that was given to them. And the preliminary hearing scheduled for the 16th is no longer, or the 15th, which is tomorrow. That has been pushed to March 3rd through the 6th. And the defense definitely said that they were going to extensively look at the evidence and question some things in the probable cause, or they may have a strong possibility of that. I have a huge possibility that should happen. Like that, in my mind, it should absolutely be scrutinized. Where's the forensic evidence? What about Dorothy Starkey, the neighbor? Who was working on these cars, that were broken down or needed to be fixed? You know what I mean? There's a lot of questions. I have a lot of questions, so I'm sure they do because they have the full potato. I'm not going to mince words anymore. I don't think I have, but in particular with this upcoming stuff, that I'm going to provide receipts on, I'm going to give you a heads up that things that are about to come out are not going to favor the police, in particularly in that county. Okay. And I have been covering here and there, some of the shit that the prosecutor over there in Payette County has been pulling lately, which is basically hiding things from being public view because of the misconduct of, let's say, for instance, a jailer at the Payette County who sexually assaulted a pregnant woman. Okay. And they hid that from view. So he was charged and no one could see it. Just like we couldn't see, the probable cause and all of those things in the court case for Stacey that was filed in June of 2025. Okay. And it became aware in July that they were expecting to charge him, meaning Stacy. But nobody knew anything, not even the person being charged. So, yeah. Sometimes when you do the wrong thing as a law enforcement officer, you get reprimanded and you have to do certain things like take classes or take training. And that happened. And I know why. So we're going to get to those things. Like those things need to be called out. There shouldn't be anyone trying to keep that hidden, which I don't think they are. But don't be mad at me if I'm just being, honest and transparent about what shit was pulled in this case. There was a lot of, I have grave concerns. How about that? Mistakes were made. Training was done. Supervisory training was definitely was taken or given, mandated. So those things should be transparent to people, especially those who have to pay for this training. It's not cheap. I think I looked up this specific training because of, I guess, what had happened. And so that was what, 995, some macaroozes. That's a lot of money that could have gone somewhere else, right? In that county. So yeah, I have no qualms putting that out there. Not at all. And if you want to threaten me, you can threaten me if you want to. It's not going to get you anywhere. But yeah, that's just the way the cookie crumbles, People make mistakes, and there is nothing wrong with admitting it, owning up to it, taking the training, but that does not surpass it to be hidden from public view. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion. But I mean it. I stand on it. Silence in the evidence says, I just feel that if they are guilty as being said, there is no evidence to convict. Yeah, when I heard that it was 7,000 plus pages of discovery, you have to think about not only is that discovery including, medical history or past criminal history. There's a lot more to that as well. There's going to be things that are completely unrelated to any of the suspects because you have to give the defense everything in relation to the charges. And that also includes how many tips were cleared, all of those things. Who did you talk to? And I'm sure there's going to be more than just the 7,000 plus items. I'm sure as we go along, you're going to see, like in every murder case, there's going to be more stuff trickling in over time. Evidence is still coming back, being tested. Matter of fact, the same company in California that I assume is being used, well, I know is being used in this case, was the same company that actually solved a murder, a cold case in my city that I was raised in, that I come from, just recently. And it was Ricky Rutledge. My dad actually knew of him and crossed paths with him a few times. He was into trouble a little bit, but what had happened to him was it just was horrible. And finally, after 30 years, this same company that's using that Fruitland is using to, I guess, test DNA in Michael's case, solved Ricky Rutledge's case. Let's just go over that really quickly because this does hit home to me. It really does. It's been just like my grandmother's murder. That's the other murder that was unsolved. That's the only one left is my grandmother's murder in that city that I'm from. She's the only one. Hers is the only quote unquote unsolved murder, but we know what happened. We know who did it. But his was the other one, and now it's solved. Isn't that something? But I am so happy for their family because, where I'm from, it's a very small town. It's growing now, but it was a big deal. Everybody knew, the rumors and they crossed paths with each other. So it's always been something that just could not be solved. But everybody knew, you know, the intricacies and the rumors and stuff like that. So, all right. Athens. So 3 years ago, I think people were getting really pissed off. No, not that one. Sorry, wrong one. So there is a. Let me just give you a little bit of what I remember of this case. So Ricky was pretty much well liked by everybody, and even though he was kind of into not the greatest things in the world, a lot of people were too in this time. And sometimes when you deal with substances, right, you cross paths with very dangerous people. And this is one of those situations where I believe it was a setup by not only him, but friends. And it ended up going very south very quickly. So, give me just a second. Okay, here we go. Ricky Harridge. Why did I say Rutledge? Oh, I went to
A
school
major
with her.
breakthrough on
I went to school with Ricky Rutledge. I meant Harridge. I'm sorry. So let's listen to this little clip.
a major breakthrough on a Henderson County cold case that has remained unsolved for nearly 4 decades. Today,
4 decades.
Sheriff Bodie Hillhouse announcing that DNA technology has brought answers in the case of Ricky Harridge. The sheriff says they've now identified Dallas Reynolds Casanova as a potential suspect. Casanova lived in Henderson County at the time of the crime and died in New Orleans in 2008. Sheriff Hillhouse says his DNA was found on Harridge's clothing. On March 9th, 1987, Harridge was found dead on a creek bank under Thunder Bridge on County Road 1500. He'd been shot.
Yeah, that bridge is wild. That bridge has very spooky undertones for a very long time because of how many people have, first of all, died there. But shady shit goes on there. So let me back up. Let's listen again.
County Road 1500. He'd been shot 5 times, 4 of which were in the back, 1 in the stomach. Over the summer, we had the chance to speak with his sister and mother, who after 38 years were still wondering what had happened that night.
Ricky was my oldest boy. And he was.
I have met her, and she is the sweetest, kindest lady I have ever met. Sincerely. She is the sweetest. And she gets so heartbroken if you talk about Ricky anytime. No matter if it was 30 years, 20 years, 10 years, today. It's like it happened yesterday.
The one that watched over the family. And he was a good person. I just hope we find out who killed him and why.
Today, luckily, they're a little closer to some closure. The DNA work was done by Texas forensic company Othram with help from nonprofit Season of Justice. The sheriff thanking both organizations along with the FBI, who also helped in this case. A major breakthrough.
So, yep, this Casanova fella, which I believe Ricky's sister had always known that he was a possibility. But they've always assumed it was other people involved. But irregardless, they solved the murder, even though they're not going to get justice because the man died in New Orleans. There is something with peace of mind knowing that they've named the person who did it. And civil lawsuits could still come. Not that I don't think they would. They're not those type of people, but I don't know. Peace of mind might just be worth it to them that they have a name to a killer, you know? And I do think that that means something. And thank God for DNA testing. And it's getting crazy, y'all. Like, I did not know. I did not know that they came up with a DNA extraction tool, vacuum, to get DNA out of even like the most finite piece of soil. You know, we're talking like a few specks. And it's just amazing to me that they are coming up with all of these new things. And I did a live the other day about how they're making basically a machine to detect live scent tracking and other tracking that a dog could do, but way better because they learned how a dog tracks scent, you know? And it's amazing to me that they can do that these days because you didn't have that back then. So for instance, like Pure Gold Forensics, which has outstanding ratings. Let's look at some of the stuff that they do. MVAC DNA collection, which has been around. It has been around, but they have like wet vacuum based collection method to a wet swabbing method. So, you know, they have better tools to recover these blood stains and stuff. That can be very difficult to do. I've heard many a time in cases, watching trials, that has been the issue, especially in the last 20 years. This STR mix probabilistic genotyping is fucking crazy. I went down a rabbit hole for about an hour yesterday, just kind of looking at what this means. And basically, if you have an issue where you have multiple people or contributors to DNA, and it's very difficult to separate that or extract those individually, this technology helps with that. So it might not always work, but there's a better chance now, which is freaking awesome because that has been, again, a very big problem in sexual assault cases. It has been a problem in multiple perpetrators, which, here we go. And it can help with cold cases. It seems like there's a rise in cold cases being resolved or solved ever since this STR mix stuff has started hitting these companies. So, God, yet last year and this year, we saw such an uptick in cold cases being resolved out of nowhere because they were retesting old DNA. And that's been a problem, right? So thank God for this. Honest to God, I'm so happy. And if you go to the Jane Doe Network, which has a lot of updates on crimes being solved, there wasn't a lot going on lately in the last 7 years, except for the last 2 years. Like I said, it's been crazy that the recent updates just boom, boom, boom. Look at December 14th alone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are missing people that their DNA was sitting. They didn't know who it was. Now they know who it is. And now they can put who their names are on the Jane Doe Network, which said, even if it's from 2004, 1979, 1990, like that's the amazing thing is that there's still a chance, even though it might be older, they're now recognized as missing. Because back then, and we still have this problem today, people who thought they ran away, people who they loved ran away or just started a new life or because they were into drugs or whatever, now, if they have their DNA, it means that they probably went missing under nefarious circumstances. So this is just, it gives me hope. And I think that we're going to see a lot more cold cases solved in a faster rate than ever before. Look at how many people have been missing that they just been added to the Jane Doe Doe network. Excuse me. It's insane. So I always encourage people that are into reviewing crime and crime-related matters, go and look and see if there is someone in your county that people have been looking for or didn't realize they needed to be looking for someone, and maybe you knew them, maybe you know somebody that knew them. Get that conversation started, because that's how cases get solved. It takes a conversation, asking questions, and then all of a sudden you have all of these updates and stuff. So it just takes that one question, right? Sometimes they're updating cases that have already been here. An unidentified male located in California has been added. Like this, that's scary. That is very scary. Irma J. Andrews has been added to our closed cases. Let's see what happened. Look at this. It's just crazy. Crazy. Woman found alive, reunited with family more than 40 years after custodial kidnappings, which are the most traditional abductions than any other abduction when it comes to a child. Look at that. The Jefferson County Sheriff's Office helped reunite a family and closed a more than 40-year-old missing person and custodial kidnapping investigation. Authorities said Deborah Leigh Curie Newton took her then 3-year-old daughter, Michelle Newton, to Georgia in 1983 to begin a new job, but after a final phone call, they both vanished. An FBI unlawful flight to avoid prosecution warrant and a custodial interference indictment followed. Years later, in 2000, the Commonwealth couldn't reach Michelle's father, Joseph Newton, and the case was dismissed. Michelle was later removed from the... oh, that makes me so freaking mad. Michelle was later removed from the National Missing Child Database. Why? She's still missing. See, that was not right. A family member reached out to the sheriff's office in 2015 for help, which encouraged them to re-examine the case. Thank God for you. Right? The Commonwealth's attorney at the time, with the help of detectives, re-indicted the case. Thank you. See, sometimes it just takes a new prosecuting attorney that listens to you and not just throws theories out there or doesn't care. So she's adorable. A Crime Stopper tip in Florida found a possible match for Deborah, and a detective, Jones, confirmed the resemblance in DNA from Deborah's sister showed a 99.99% match to that person in Florida. Authorities said a family member came to Kentucky and posted the bond, and Deborah voluntarily appeared in Louisville court. So Michelle, who was living in another state under a different identity, contacted the sheriff's office after finding out about her family history, and the department was able to reunite her with a family, according to the sheriff's office. That's so cool. That is just amazing that good things do come out of this. When, after what, decades, you didn't know that this would ever be a possibility. Like, this is great. This is the stuff I want to go over too. And including current trials. We're definitely going to be trial watchers here. No doubt about it. I have seen 2 articles in the last week of court misconduct. So many. Yes, we have seen those articles, haven't we? Past criminal history, in my opinion, has nothing to do with this case. We all make mistakes in our past, and that could be absolutely true. And I do believe to go towards that way. Thank you, Mr. Eve says, I'm very proud of you, and we have put in a lot of work into your channel. Yes, we have. Yes, we have. And thank you, everyone who has supported me and our family. Thank you very much. So much weird shit in this case from the gate. Ma'am, I know. And we're going to get through some of it. Why didn't the dogs track to Smith's house where the tricycle was before? That is such an excellent question that you brought up, Miss Rubug, and I agree. So this is Michael Vaughn's case, and a neighbor on Three Rivers Way, Mr. Smith, took the tricycle that wasn't there before or during the search for Michael Vaughn at the very beginning, and then it showed up. And he took it for a project, which is insane, dude. Whatever. why didn't they track scent to him? Maybe that's how they kind of found it. Maybe that's what they were. Maybe he was scared of that and went yeet with the tricycle and put it behind the bluff sign. Like, I don't want nothing to do with this. I don't want them to think that I'm the one that did something to this child. So, yikes. Maybe there was some talk about a tricycle. I don't know, but that's such a good point. Why didn't the scent tracking dogs track that tricycle that they said had Michael scent on it to his house? Because even transfer scent would have done that. So out of all the houses, only 1102 Red Wing had the live scent tracking, but not at Jim Smith's house. Okay. Did they let you did he let them search that house? I don't know. We shall see. Welcome in, lurkers. Don't be shy. Hit that like button. Remember Peter Park's weirdo claiming to have Mike? Yeah, I do remember that. Oh, I know. The 1%ers, yep. Yes. And the 3%ers, like the off-brand, yes. Yep. And I'm sure that will come to light too, some of that. Yep. There probably will be a lot of that. So many distractions the entire time. It's still no Michael, right? Hearing more and more of those cold cases getting solved each day makes me so happy. Likewise. These families and victims deserve truth. And you know, that family member that we just talked about in this instance, she just decided in 2015 to call up that prosecutor and say, I want this to come back up. She had no right to take that baby away from her family and her dad. You know? It's just, yeah. Oh. Okay. But anyway, that's fantastic that some of the DNA stuff has upgraded, updated, and is solving these cases faster than we can process in our minds. I mean, it really is happening fast because it was not updating like this years and years ago. I mean, look at when it started really coming out this year. Boom, boom, boom. Look at all that. Look at this. From January all the way up. That's a lot. That is insane. So. Yay, Shani, I'm glad you made it. Good. Do you feel that they should have had any DNA results back before now? Absolutely. But I will say this. I mean, just like in the Karen Reed case, they weren't sending off certain testing until it was closer to the time to do so. And they could be sending it to a lab to protect it, to preserve evidence, because maybe they didn't have the ability to do so or the room to do so. So maybe they wanted it preserved or something. I just don't know why they're going to these private labs. Maybe they don't want people that work in it to know and spread rumors, because that does happen, you know, some leakers, if you will. Maybe they wanted it outside so that it could not be looked at or tainted, if you will. Okay. I don't know. I don't know what the reasoning is, but I'm sure they will be asked that, right? But I'm just curious about the couch. That's an interesting one. So many of the cases are unsolved because there is something bigger at play, right? Good old boys clubs are rampant. Just saying, yeah, that's who protected my grandmother's murderer. The good old boys. He was well-to-do and gave a lot of money to the people that were running for certain things in law enforcement in my town and got away with it. Got away with it. So I hear you. I hear you. Well, I'm going to wrap it up. I didn't want to go live too long. I just wanted to give everyone an update that this is where we're headed in this channel, and it's going to be called the Eve Effect tomorrow. So hit that notification bell while you're here, because you might get caught off guard and forget that I changed it, and you're going to go right past it. So just make sure you do that to get notified and all of that good stuff. But we are chugging along with this rebrand. I'm very excited. And hopefully by this time next year, we'll be at like a level that I never expected, maybe merch level. And that's if you want to. But anyway, thank you so much for being here, guys. Again, hit that like button on your way out. If you're watching the replay, thanks for watching. Hit that like, subscribe, share this if you'd like. And I'll see you on the next live. Happy holidays, everyone. Goodbye.